Hello everyone, we're going to try this again. My throat got a little tickly a few minutes ago, so I had to stop the video. Dr. Katherine.Kelly, I'm here to talk to you a little bit today as my next edition, I guess, of Soul Wisdom Wednesday. But I want to talk about how the seasons affect the soul. Now, if you think about our lives, we weave in and out of many seasons of our life, and there's many changes that are typical for those different seasons, just like seasons of the land. Now, it is October 2nd, and yet here in North Carolina right now, it does not feel like October 2nd because it's supposed to be 95 degrees today, unseasonably warm. We're 10 to 15 degrees above normal. It's super, super dry here. And so it's affecting people, and it's affecting the earth around us. You know, everything is dying because there's no water. Everything is getting wilty. I've had multiple people this week tell me that the heat is actually affecting their mood in a negative way. You know, a lot of people can't wait for spring and summer to come, but now that it's been around in such an intense way for so long, so many people, including myself, are kind of like, okay, when is this going to give? When can we expect a little bit lighter weather here? So what do the seasons of the soul do for us? So, you know, first of all, I want to talk about seasonal affective disorder. I grew up in Colorado, sunny skies all the time, no matter how cold it was. And so here we do get more, more cloud cover. In the Midwest, when I was in grad school, we got a lot more cloud cover. And so it took me a while to figure out how much my mood was affected when we did not have those sunny skies and those warm days to kind of keep us going. But what I've also realized over the years is that our souls go through some seasons as well. Now, you've probably heard me mention many times that anxiety and depression and feeling lonely and feeling down and any emotion that we have is really a symptom of the soul. And what that means to me is that, you know, our human part of us tries to get our attention so that we can fix something in our lives that's not aligned, or we can get to work and clean something out that's not working, or fill us up with something that would work better for us. But again, we don't know how to interpret that. We basically just feel sad or depressed or anxious or whatever it might be. And we get very mired in it rather than looking for the cues in what it is trying to tell us. So as this season unfolds, now that we are officially in fall, as the season unfolds, I want to encourage people to really take a look at what your soul is trying to tell you, because any emotions that start to emerge throughout the next several months are there to teach us, are there to help us evolve. But a lot of times, like I said, we get very mired in it rather than taking that opportunity to listen to that voice deep within to say, you know, you need to get out more, you need to exercise more, you need to be with people more, you need to get out of this situation or this relationship or this job or whatever the soul is trying to tell you. It's such an important time for us to start listening, because most people go within during the winter months, the fall and winter months. They start to cocoon a bit. They start to kind of come within so that, you know, they're not as engaged with the outside world, but really it's a way of your soul trying to get you to pay attention to what needs some work for the next year. Because what happens come spring is people are bursting with energy, and it's time for people to kind of get to work and do things differently and just experience life differently. So we really do go through a season of the soul. In fact, I think we go through many seasons of the soul during the year. But it's that idea of what do we do with this? Now, from a purely seasonal affective disorder perspective, October, November are the times when I start to tell clients, if you are affected, then make sure you're getting outside a little bit more. Make sure that you are getting some sunshine. Don't wear your sunglasses, because you need that light going within the eyes in order to prevent seasonal affective disorder from actually settling in. It does not work through windows. So if you can be driving in your car and have a sunny day, and sure, you're going to feel a little bit better just being able to see the sun, but from a therapeutic perspective, you actually need to be outside, no sunglasses. It does work through contacts, but it does not work through sunglasses. The UV rays that are protected, getting that kind of sunshine, you actually need that penetration into your eyes. So for a purely seasonal affective disorder perspective, you have to think about, there are some physical things I need to do. From a soul perspective, I do encourage people to start paying attention to the messages that are coming to you. What are you feeling sad about? What are you upset about? What is it that keeps coming back. What are you revisiting? Are you revisiting the past? Are you thinking through things that happened decades ago? And what does that mean for you? Because in my world, what that would mean is that it's time to deal with it and move beyond it rather than get mired in it again. Now, the other tough part is that when we're feeling good, we generally don't want to mess with the old stuff. We don't want to look at the heavy stuff or the hard stuff or our wounds or our traumas, whatever they are. And so that is oftentimes why our soul tries to get our attention. It tries to wake us up. It tries to make us upset enough to do something differently. And so we have to look at it from that perspective of, if you do have some seasonal affective disorder, maybe your soul on a seasonal basis is trying to get your attention to deal with things that you aren't dealing with during the rest of the year. So I just want to pair how the human condition works with the soul condition when it comes to the seasons and seasonal affective. Because I try to make the soul very practical for people and help people understand how we as souls function as human beings or don't function so well as human beings, and what we can do to change that. So would love to hear how you deal with the seasonal changes. I know, again, like I said, this season is very strange for a lot of people because it's so hot in our country right now, for the most part. But would love to hear how you deal with this and what you know that you need to do every year in order to prepare for the winter and get you through. So think about the seasons of the soul. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will be back again next week. Take care. Bye-bye.